Improving food production at the source using synthetic biology. To improve and extend the food chain, researchers are creating synthetic or lab-made edible goods. By 2030, it's quite possible that you will have ingested or utilized synthetic life in some form, according to a research that was published in the journal Nature. By 2050, the world's population is expected to increase by 2 billion, substantially doubling the amount of food that would need to be produced on a worldwide scale. There will be a larger need for protein as there are more people to feed. Unfortunately, the supply of food cannot keep up with the anticipated demand due to dwindling land areas, increasing carbon emissions, rising sea levels, and erosion. Using artificial or lab-created biology to this problem may be able to improve and lengthen the food chain. Research in biology and engineering are combined in synthetic biology. In order to manage cellular activities through the wiring of circuitry and an understanding of how various biological systems are built, this field draws on the information, life, and social sciences. In addition to being viewed as a successful approach to addressing the existing issues with food safety and nutrition, the integration of synthetic biology and food science is also expected to help advance currently unsustainable food technology and practices. Food may be produced utilizing cell-free biosynthesis platforms, various microbes, or cloned cell factories thanks to synthetic biology. This method may increase the effectiveness of resource conversion and do away with the disadvantages and excessive carbon emissions of traditional agriculture. Impossible Foods, a company that produces vegan food, introduced a burger that bleeds in 2019. According to Impossible Foods, adding soy leg hemoglobin to a plant-based burger enhances the sense and adds more meaty qualities to the burger due to the heme, which contains iron. The company employs DNA synthesis, genetic component libraries, and a positive feedback loop for auto-induction to include these ingredients into their beef patty substitute, Impossible Burger. The production of the Impossible Burger uses 89% less greenhouse gas and 96% less land. This burger is only one of the numerous items the business sells in more than 30,000 restaurants and 15,000 supermarkets throughout the world. Startup Nip Bio, meanwhile, creates fish food using a microorganism found on leaves. They employ fermentation to promote its development and modify its DNA to enhance carotenoids vital to fish health. The bacteria are then briefly subjected to intense heat before being dried and ground, creating organisms that generate big amounts of vegetable oil and nut trees that can be grown inside using much less water than is generally needed while yielding twice as many nuts or 2 more agricultural endeavors. Moreover, the US-based biotech business Pivot Bio created a corn fertilizer using synthetic nitrogen in 2022. The issue of consuming industrially manufactured nitrogen, which uses 1 to 2% of the world's energy, is addressed by this product. Although they can operate as biological fertilizers by fixing nitrogen from the air, these bacteria cannot be used on cereal crops, corn, wheat, rice. Pivot Bio developed a nitrogen-fixing bacterium with a great affinity for maize roots as a remedy. Using synthetic biology to produce food and its effects. Using synthetic biology to food production may have other effects, such as industrial farming is moving away from cattle and towards lab-made minerals and protein. Demands for a shift to sustainable agriculture and food production are growing from more moral investors and consumers. Governments encouraging farmers to adopt more sustainable practices by providing subsidies, money, and equipment. New inspection offices are being established by regulators, and officers specializing in the supervision of factories producing synthetic foods are being hired. Food producers are aggressively investing in artificial fertilizer, meat, dairy products, and sugar replacements. New dietary ingredients and form elements are constantly being discovered by researchers, which might one day replace conventional agriculture and fisheries. Future generations will have access to new food categories and types made accessible by synthetic manufacturing methods. These new meals will result in an explosion of new recipes, specialty eateries, and festivals that adopt joyful eating customs that use these new foods. Thanks for watching. Please support the channel by subscribing the channel and like the video. Comment your thoughts and views about improving food production.